Rie Cramer, October 10, 1887 to July 8, 1977, was a Dutch writer and illustrator of children's literature. Born in Suikabemei in what was then the Dutch East Indies as the daughter of Hendrik Cramer, ship captain, and Elizabeth Frederika Schenk. She moved to the Netherlands with her mother and her youngest sister in 1896, where they settled in Arnhem. In 1904, her father rejoined the family in the Netherlands, and they moved to The Hague, where Rie studied at the Royal Academy of Art, The Hague from 1905 until 1907. They divorced in 1914, and in 1922 she married the actor Edouard Rutger Verkade. She was best known for her numerous illustrations for children's books, some of them written by herself, but she also illustrated adult literature like some works by Shakespeare, and made illustrations for theater and for the Dutch Pavilion at the 1939 New York World's Fair. For many years, she was together with Anton Pieck the main illustrator in Zonneskijken, a magazine that first appeared in 1924 and became the most important non-religious youth magazine of the Netherlands of the period, until its disappearance in 1943. Her early work was influenced by illustrators like Edmund Dulac, Aubrey Beardsley, and Arthur Rackham and had a distinct Art Nouveau style. From the 1920s on, her illustrations became more simplified and less lyrical. The colors as well became less nuanced, more primary, under the influence of her work for stage costumes and backgrounds. From the 1930s on, she worked less for children's books and started writing some books for adolescents and adults instead. She also created art pottery together with her friend Frans Jacarbasius, who she had met at the Academy in The Hague. During World War II, she again created more illustrations, and worked for the stage, even writing 2 plays using the pseudonym Mark Holman. 2 of her earlier adult works were banned by the Germans because she had attacked National Socialism in them. She joined the resistance, helping fugitives, and she anonymously published anti-German verses in Het Parool, the largest underground resistance newspaper in the Netherlands. These verses were collected and published in 1945 as Verzen van Verzet, Poems of Resistance. After the war, she published more books for children, and saw her work being further translated in English, German, French and Danish. She wrote a radio play in 42 episodes in 1954, the year she left the Netherlands and settled on the Spanish island Mallorca with a few female friends. She continued producing pottery and tiles, and wrote 3 books about the island. In 1971, due to failing health, she had to return to the Netherlands, where she died in 1977. Schmidt recalled the books of her youth. She wrote, "The illustrators of my youth were Rie Cramer and Don Hoeksema. They poisoned fairy tales, youth corners, and children's magazines. They gave no air, neither smelled nor scented, and they left open no doors, simply shut off every way out." Whatever the appreciation, most critics agree that her illustrations and simple rhymes were among the iconic and defining ones for the period.